Earlier, I was discussing the body jumping entities, right? And how we have to be at a low vibration in order for these entities to be able to take hold of our vessel. And that sometimes we don't know that these entities have hijacked our vessel because we're so low vibrational that we think that this is just how it is, right? And so I speak on this because I haven't always been high vibrational. I'm going to get serious. Okay. So as I was doing the dishes, I started to remember something. I just got like a little download. It was basically that the same way that these entities are able to body jump through these vessels who operate at a low vibration, right? This is a form of energy manipulation, right? Where our will it's being manipulated without our consent. So these entities will come into a vessel, right? And the vessel will execute a certain behavior, right? And sometimes we are not aware that this is what's happening. Most of humanity does not know that this is what's happening, right? And so this is an example of energy manipulation, right? So for people who practice magic, right, dark magic or magic in general, they know that this is possible, right? And so this is a form of our energy being manipulated. And why is important that we raise our vibration so that we're not susceptible to these types of entities hijacking our vessel and for our energy to not be manipulated. So the same way that the entities can hijack the vessel, they can also siphon the energy from us, right? Because our vibration is low. And they can manipulate our free will by allowing these entities to hijack our vessel and input things into our minds that are not our of us, right? This is why, like the other day, I was speaking about how our thoughts are not like some of our thoughts are not our thoughts, that we are the observer of our thoughts. So we shouldn't really be believing everything that we hear inside of our mind, specifically because the same way that these entities are able to hijack our vessels and we're not aware of it, there's also technology that has been made to be able to send thoughts and implement things into our brains without us realizing it. For example, with individuals who have spiritual gifts, this is something common that happens with MK Ultra and things like that. If you don't know what that is, search it up. I'll do a video on it, but it's a form of manipulating our energy against our free will, and it has to do with people in high places doing these things, right? To keep humanity asleep in a slumber. The reason being that once we wake up to who we are and we wake up to our gifts and to our basically our rights and like what's going on here with our free will being manipulated, our energy being manipulated, and it's so subtle that we don't see it. You can't physically see it, and unless it's a bit easier now to explain because we're seeing so many diabolical things coming out in the news, right? And different practices and how they use certain things for satanic purposes. So now like there's evidence of it. So we can like piggyback on that and try to explain these topics to humanity so that we can bring out about awareness. The reason being that the spell breaks with awareness. Once you're aware that somebody's trying to do something to you or that they have been doing something to you, it's very hard for the spells to work. They have to do an upgrade. And by them doing an upgrade, so are you doing an upgrade because you'll automatically want to start healing and not be subject to these attacks. And the other thing is that once you see it, you won't be ignorant to it anymore. So you'll actually feel it. So as before, you would be like, "Oh, I'm just feeling this way. I'm not. Oh, why did I do that type of scenario?" Now you'll know. Now you'll know and you'll do something about it. I hope this helped.